mission of Africa Oil and Power and all of the events we organize is to provide a platform for African countries and companies to tell their story and to shine a bright light on the incredible potential of this great continent. The oil, gas, and power industries are the backbone of many economies in Africa. It is our role as Africa Oil and Power to show the potent power that oil and gas can play as a force for good in shaping economies and societies. As the government leadership has said many times before, this is a country that is blessed with natural resources, particularly petroleum. Despite so much attention being paid to the emergence of East African countries into the oil and gas economy, it is in fact South Sudan which is the region's only significant oil producer. It already produces more oil than every country in the region combined and has the capacity to produce even more.
My remarks this morning is to say thank you to everybody that has made this one. South Sudan has an amazing story. I always compare that story to a young kid going through law school and decided to step out of distant shores. And this country gave me, more than 12 years ago, I didn't think 14, a chance to see Africa in a different way. It's a privilege to be here, but it's also a responsibility. That responsibility that rises above, not just making profit, but building capacity, developing, really enhancing what this leadership is.
I congratulate the Ministry of Petroleum, together with the partners, for organizing this very historic occasion. South Sudan's time to sign has come. Events like this one give us a platform to understand, beside our brothers and sisters in Africa, and clearly announce to the world that South Sudan is emerging as a powerful nation with a world-class petroleum industry.
They can now team up with the international partners to even take over operating of the oil companies. For now, we are worried that if something happens in that industry, we will not have a national company to take over or to team up with our international partners. We are going to make sure that we are refining, but it will not be also affecting the volume that we will be transporting using the pipeline. Because some investors or partners, they are worried that if we are refining, then there is nothing left for exportation or for exports. So we will be refining. We are targeting all these four refineries. We are thinking of actually making sure that we refine 120,000 barrels a day in all these four refineries. We continue to use the pipeline that is exporting our crude to Red Sea. And of course, we have signed an agreement recently with Sudan to make sure that we increase our production and we resume the production in GPOC and export.
Both primary and secondary recovery gets only 25% of your original oil price. That means you leave behind, for excellence, 75%. Now, South Sudan and Sudan, they are leaving behind 75% of the original oil price. So this is the reason why the technical people should think out of the box. And they should try to find out new technology to get that oil out of the ground. So I think our brothers in South Sudan technical team should think of using the horizontal well from now on. Technology is there. You pay more, you get more. We started this in 2010. We brought a lot of new equipments, and we are proud that now our research and lab in 60th Street 1, it was one of the best in Africa, and we are ready to join hands with our brother in the south till they start their research center.
The Ministry of Energy and Dam is also working on development of renewable energy through public-private partnership and has developed rural electrification policy To promote infrastructure investment, the Ministry of Energy and DEM has identified key areas of immediate needs for the power supply, one of which is the seat of the national government, Juba City. The ministry has started implementation of Juba distribution network funded by the African Development Bank, of which it is about 100 megawatt diesel power plant. And it's going to be done on the phases. The phase one, we are putting around 20 megawatt, and now the work is running. It will be ready within 8 or 9 months time. Power sector infrastructure development can only succeed if the sector is provided with adequate finances and political will. And I believe that we have a political will because I'm being supported by the leadership of this country. The president and the first vice president and the vice president and the whole cabinet are supporting us. That is why you can see us moving ahead.
The government priorities will be achieved through effective private sector participation. Yes, we have an act approved by Parliament early this year. In that act, the private sector is encouraged, if it is in South Sudan available, it is encouraged to come to participate with the Ministry of Energy and Dams in order to provide energy to our rural communities. The Nile was coming from the west of Uganda, our border with Uganda. When it reaches Nimble, it saw very high hills. And then it turned 90 degrees to come through South Sudan, and it travels through South Sudan right up to Egypt. That Grand Fula, I even doubt that it can generate 1,080 megawatts only, but it will provide more power if more investigation is done. This project, the ministry has prioritized it. Why? Because at the moment we are trying to interconnect with Uganda, not that to get power perpetually from Uganda all the time.
Investing in the oil and power sector in South Sudan is among the priorities of the government of the Republic of South Sudan. As the Minister of Environment, I urge all the prospective investors to consult the environment policy of South Sudan before embarking on any project, because I believe environment is life and we need to take it very seriously.
Our main strategy is to develop upstream of our business to reach the operatorship stage by the year 2022. Currently, we continue participating in the joint operating companies, JOCs in blocks 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, and 7. Furthermore, NIPAT has been vigorously training its staff, particularly engineers and geoscientists, to be ready to operate some blocks independently by 2022, as I mentioned before. These trainings are done at our NIPAT Training and Development Center, which is in Haimatar, and in fields as well as abroad. May God bless you all, and may God bless South Sudan. Thank you for attending this conference.
We also will look at exploration, because if we manage to maximize our production from the current existing blocks, we still have high potentiality from a lot of blocks that still need to be explored. And even in the current existing producing block, there is also room for exploration. There are many areas that still need to conduct seismic, still need to conduct drilling, and these are on the way. So as mentioned this morning, there is a lot of potentiality. The regional cooperation, we talked about pipelines, power extension, and also other cooperation like in the areas of refineries, because we know in the region there are also countries like Uganda, Kenya, who have oil, and they are looking into all these areas of pipelines, refineries, and so on. So we need to cooperate with them to see how we can maximize our utilization of this resource.
So these projects need to be profitable, and I want to just talk a little bit about some numbers so that you understand why such a project is extremely profitable.
I would like to thank God to bring us here from different destinations, especially those coming abroad for exerting import and come to discuss with us various investment issues. The main aim for creating this JV is actually to participate in the drilling activities, starting from rig provision, then ending with all related drilling services. As I mentioned before, we are now on process of acquiring a rig, service rig, which will be followed by a drilling rig. Despite of all these challenges, NileBet is progressing to be as stand-alone or operator in 2027.
This is an opportunity that has been opened for us, and I'm congratulating all of us sitting here, including those of you who have come from outside, to come back to South Sudan. Because we have already, up to that time in 2013, we were prepared for these investment opportunities. But given whatever has happened, this has become history. I want to congratulate all of you that have come to Juba and dare to come. That's why I was very happy with the presenter who was here earlier from Nigeria, the Nile Delta, because it depends on how you evaluate your risks. And as a business person, there is no way you will sit there in the corner waiting for heaven the angels to come and guard you. You have to go and do business. So South Sudan has its potentiality, and therefore that's why all of us are here.
You change the narrative of your country by yourself. It is not Europeans or Americans or Chinese leading the way to tell your history. You must actually lead the way to tell your history. So we are here to serve you all and to make sure that this country is prosperous. And I am sure, definitely, I wanted to tell you, this conference is going to be yearly, so that we get together. We will have the support of our friends here, Africa Oil and Power, and all of my colleagues in the continent. I have their WhatsApp. I'm very good at WhatsApp.